I'm going to be the chief of police. I'm going to run the department.
Tonight on DC News Now, an interim police chief named in the district. How neighbors are reacting to the big changes ahead.
We're tracking yet another warm day ahead, but rain is on the way late Thursday night. All the latest details and timing coming up.
A Northern Virginia community rattled when a man is found shot and killed in his home.
We were surprised to hear what the end result of their investigation was. It's because that's definitely out of the normal for where we live.
The suspect facing charges in a different case was recently released from jail.
The Commanders' new stadium will be up and running before we know it. What transit leaders are saying needs to be done before game day.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Developing tonight at 10, President Trump addressing the nation in a 20-minute primetime speech. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. It was a bit like a rant and a revisit of his campaign's greatest hits, the president blaming former President Biden for the economy, immigration, inflation, and cultural shifts. President Trump didn't pause much as he took credit for a drop in prices for gas, cars, hotels, turkeys, and eggs, and promises 1,600 new electrical plants within the next 12 months. The president also announcing a big gift for 1.4 million service members.
A warrior dividend in honor of our nation's founding in 1776. We are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way.
The president saying those checks are thanks to income generated from tariffs. Our Vinay Simla will have much more on the address coming up in our next half hour.
All right, let's turn our attention to the weather. It is just downright balmy out there comparatively.
Yeah,
yes.
And Jackie, no complaints. I think we're all enjoying a little bit of a bump in temps.
I know, especially after the high temperature on Monday was 29 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
And it felt worse.
Right. It did feel worse than that. Yes, especially Monday. But today felt a little bit better. We had high temperatures into those lower 50s in DC. First time we were above normal for this time of the year, or I should say above normal for at least this month so far. So this was the first time that we finally had that today. In terms of temperatures out there right now, into those 20s and 30s for much of the area. We're middle 30s in DC, seeing some 20s out towards Manassas, but we're seeing some of those low 40s still sticking around up towards Hagerstown as well as Martinsburg. But eventually overnight tonight, 20s to low 30s. This is what we start off with tomorrow morning. So yeah, another cold start, but this is typical. But we see a gradual clearing of those skies overnight tonight, allowing for those temperatures to drop. But we're watching that system back out towards the plains. That will continue to move its way closer towards our area, and that front, that cold front, will be the reason why we have the rain and also falling temperatures through the day on Friday. But out there tomorrow, we should be seeing those high temperatures right back in those lower 50s again. You'll notice increasing cloud cover ahead of that system. It's sliding across the area late Thursday night into your Friday morning. So I'll have more details on that and the timing and how much rainfall you can expect coming up.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then. All new tonight, the U.S. government admitting negligence in the deadly midair crash near Reagan National back in January. 67 people died when an Army Black Hawk helicopter collided with an American Airlines plane over the Potomac. The official stance is in response to a lawsuit filed by one of the victims' families. An attorney for that family says the government admitted, quote, the Army's responsibility for the needless loss of life and the FAA's failure to follow air traffic control procedures. That comes as the Senate gives final approval to a sweeping military policy bill. In that bill, a provision that is facing strong objection from the National Transportation Safety Board would allow military aircraft to fly near DCA without broadcasting their precise location. That's exactly what happened when the Army helicopter collided with that American Airlines plane. The NTSB and several lawmakers saying this provision is dangerous and is a significant safety setback. Meanwhile, the National Defense Authorization Act also authorizing $900 billion in defense spending and overhauls how the Pentagon buys weapons. It also calls on Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to share video of strikes on alleged drug boats near Venezuela. Lawmakers remain divided on over how much that video should be released publicly. The bill would also raise troop pay by nearly 4%.
There's about to be a new top cop in the district. Mayor Muriel Bowser appointing a temporary leader as the current chief is stepping down.
Interim Chief Jeffrey Carroll is a 23-year veteran of the force. He is currently the department's executive assistant chief. Carroll has an experience in Homeland Security, internal affairs, and major event responses. But it's coming in at a time of upheaval, with federal investigations into the department's crime numbers and the city leadership seeing major turnover. So the district will see a new mayor and also several new council members in 2026.
It's a whole lot of change in a short amount of time. DC News Now's Ben Dennis is taking a look at all of the shifts in leadership and what they will mean to families in the district.
2026 set to see a sizable shift inside City Hall.
Spent the past 23 years for the Metropolitan Police Department, and it's given me a lot.
Start with the top cop. Jeff Carroll took the interim role Wednesday, replacing outgoing Chief Pamela Smith. But the next permanent pick will be the fourth full-time chief in less than 10 years.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I think I was mostly concerned a few years ago where the forensics lab was decertified.
We caught up with longtime city residents and visitors about the leadership shakeup, including announced upcoming departures of council members Anita Bond, Kenyon McDuffie, and Brianne Nadeau.
I will not seek a fourth term.
Plus, the decision from Mayor Bowser that 2026 will be her last full year in office.
The city has been good. I mean, in general, I'm a business owner.
DC restaurant owner Michelle Brandon doesn't mince any words about the local leadership shift. She's among residents who said leaders will have to work with the White House.
1600 Pennsylvania, anything is hard to work with.
Okay. But how do you think Bowser has done?
Some good, but not everything. Nobody's perfect. It's very hard.
Voters will also start casting ballots in a new way to elect new leaders inside of City Hall through what's known as ranked choice voting, and residents are adjusting. It's a brand new election format. What do you think about it?
Sounds interesting. I'm going to have to do more research on it myself.
What are your thoughts on it?
I would say it's just the two-party system seems to be a little restrictive, and I like the fact that ranked choice is more. It seems to be more indicative of what people's choice, how would people choose.
Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
Now, council members of Brooke Pinto and Robert White are both running for DC's shadow congressional representative. Should one of them win, there will be a special election for their council seat. The National Guard troops will stay in the district for now, a federal appeals court pausing a lower court's decision that called for their removal. The panel of the judges is saying that the troops can remain as the lawsuit to remove them continues through the legal process because D.C. is a federal district. Now, under a current order, the administration can keep the National Guards in D.C. until at least late February. Right now, there are 2,600 guards in the district. Nearly 900 are from D.C. and the rest are deployed from 10 other states. New details now out of Northern Virginia. We're learning the suspect accused in a deadly shooting this afternoon in Reston was just released from jail. DC News Now's Yamri Sase has been following the story and has much more on why he was put back on the streets.
Yeah, we learned the suspect, 23-year-old Marvin Fernando Morales Ortiz, was released from jail just yesterday following a September incident involving assault and firearm charges. Police tried to take him back into custody under an emergency mental health order, but he was nowhere to be found. And now 24 hours later, he's accused of murder.
A shooting this close to me is very unusual. Very unusual.
We weren't surprised to see police cars blocking our street. We were surprised to hear what the end result of their investigation was. It's because that's definitely out of the normal for where we live.
Neighbors shaken after learning a man was shot and killed inside this Reston home and that the suspect accused of murdering him also lived there.
It's a little concerning having small kids at house knowing that this stuff sort of happens here and that we probably need to be a little more vigilant.
Police say the suspect is 23-year-old Marvin Fernando Morales Ortiz. Investigators say he left the scene on a bicycle, then ran, causing police to place several nearby schools on lockdown. He was arrested shortly after, and police found the gun that was used in the shooting.
For this Reston community who is experiencing this unusual circumstance, they stepped up immediately and helped out our detectives by providing us an image. And from that, we have developed a name. He's our shooter. He's our suspect.
According to police and court records, a judge ordered Morales Ortiz's release from jail just yesterday after September incident where he faced assault and firearm charges. Shortly after his release, police attempted to take him back into custody under an emergency mental health order, but they couldn't find him before that order expired. Now, less than a day later, he's accused of killing someone he lived with. Police are still investigating and they're trying to determine a motive. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you the latest. Reporting in Reston, Virginia, I'm Yammer Sase, DC News Now.
Also in Virginia, new information on the two people who died in a house fire in Prince William County Monday. The family saying it was a mother and grandmother. The fire broke out in Bull Run. 92-year-old Maddie Barnes was in hospice care. 74-year-old Dean McLean also bedridden in this home. Their family tried to put out the fire with an extinguisher but couldn't. Smoke just became too thick to save them. Lisa Arthur, her husband, son and dog all made it out. The family lost everything, but say they're grateful for the outpouring of support from friends, even strangers.
People we don't know, family members, everybody's been helping us, and I'm so humble for it. It's just, at the end of the day, I can't get my mom and my grandma back.
Just heartbreaking. The Arthurs are now staying with close friends. They say fire investigators told them it was accidental and was possibly electrical, but the fire marshal says the exact cause could take several weeks to pinpoint. In Western Maryland, a man's body found in a burning van in Hagerstown overnight. First responders called to the Greenberry Hills neighborhood around 3:30 this morning. They say the van was rolling down Longview Drive while on fire, then hit several other cars.
It was a vehicle collision with a car fire, with the fires impinging on a house, but that's all under investigation now by the Washington County Sheriff's Department and Maryland State Fire Marshal's Office.
Investigators have not yet released that man's name. All new tonight, the district continuing to crack down on illegal pot shops. 5 more stores closed down, accused of selling without a license. Police also arresting 4 people from these businesses. They've since closed Capital CBD, District Hemp Botanicals, Flowers, Grass & Company, and Seaman Quick Stop. The city started targeting unlicensed stores in the summer of 2024. So far, they've shut down 93 shops.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in the district. The Kennedy Center starting a new holiday tradition tonight.
Yeah, they had their first ever tree lighting. See it here, the 18-foot red spruce is from Virginia's George Washington and Jefferson National Forest, placed right there in the Grand Foyer.
And there was a brass quartet playing some holiday classics, families enjoying some hot chocolate, cookies, and even a visit from Santa.